read just for the sake of it. Just felt like doing it. I did pull a few extra cards. I know they're not all visible here, but I'm just going to pull it through just so you can sort of see what I've got. So on the side here, of course, I do have a couple of extra cards. I didn't want to pull those forward so you don't actually see what the surprise is toward the end. However, what I'm looking at here is some pretty unusual cards. For all of those, and again, this is not going to resonate for everybody. For those of you that were in a hard space over this last short while, or maybe longer, actually, could be several years, in fact. But for those of you that have really been going through a hard time, I want you to know that this particular reading seems to be showing in the I didn't really do it as a time frame as to November, December, anything like that. This is just more general energy, but it is general energy that is specific to Libra. So what I'm seeing here, and I'm going to go through it in a, again, general way, and then I'll get more specific. But just in looking at the cards, just amazing. It seemed a little uncertain for me in the beginning because when we first started out and I pulled the cards, the Page of Pentacles, or sorry, the Two of Pentacles, of course, followed by the Tower is what I was looking at. So maybe we'll just do it this way first. Okay, so looking at the cards here, the sorry, the Page of Pentacles as well as the Tower. Initially, of course, we all know that the Page of Pentacles, or sorry, not Page of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles is sort of, struggling to kind of regain some level of control over your life. Maybe there's money that's a little bit, back and forth, not feeling like you are stable in some way, trying to take on too many projects. All of these things sort of fall into that category. A lot of ups and downs here, and I would suspect mostly downs because of the Tower. So if you are the one, and again, I'm sure this is only speaking to a certain select number of you, but for those of you that have been in a situation where, there hasn't been a lot of luck or there hasn't been a lot of good things coming in for you, I want you to know that that's about to change. So there's something here that I'm seeing that is going to be bringing about an extremely great amount of happiness. So with the Two of Pentacles, of course, again, this is still a bit of a compromise. There's still something, it could be the compromise of time, but then something sudden comes in to sort of change your circumstances. And that is going to help you to see clearly and redefine what happiness is for you. So there is something here about harmonizing. You might be spreading yourself too thin, or you have been spreading yourself too thin with that Two of Pentacles. But again, there's something that is dramatically coming in to move things forward. And this is, I don't know when this is supposed to be coming in. I suspect whenever you find this reading, this is going to be much more relevant to you. But again, there's something that you've been really struggling with. And again, this could be emotionally. This could even be on several fronts, actually. Because I say emotionally, certainly because we do have the cards down here speaking to the Nine of Swords. There's been something that's been incredibly overwhelming, that really has tugged at your heart, that's really been conflictual, that's caused you a lot of anxiety. So this is about you trying to readjust all of that so that you actually do get something, much more. You're adapting to some kind of a situation, whether you knew it or not. There's some kind of what might seem or present as a challenge is going to be a sudden change in events. And I said earlier that with all the cards that are out here, I mean, the nines are definitely speaking to things coming to a conclusion. And of course, following that, there are a lot of cards here that speak to conclusive energy. We have healing energy here. We have the Nine of Cups here. We have the 10 of Cups here. There is something that is coming full circle for you, whoever this, again, is resonating with. You may not see this coming because clearly the energy is a little bit ambiguous at this time. The energy sort of speaks to things not being quite balanced, things still being in kind of a period of waiting where there's still some things that need to be kind of worked out. And I would say to that, it's not even something that's in the early stages. It feels like you've put in a lot of energy, time, and investment in something, and all of a sudden, something is throwing this reading right into something that's going to be completely taking you off guard. Again, the Tower can be a good card, can be a bad card, but with the surrounding cards that I see, everything looks to be a surprise around the home front. This is going to be something that is around your balance overall. So, whatever you're attached to in terms of your foundation, this is where you're going to see the significant change. There is something that, again, towers, of course, are breaking apart the obvious status quo to bring about some kind of upheaval in a way that is going to be surprising in this period. And again, this is for whenever you find this reading. But with the star, you're being brought closer to something that is more your destiny, something that you're in line with, something that has been very painful for you to move toward. But there is definitely something coming in here that speaks to life altering happiness. The other part of it is here is that there is some element of truth that's coming through here as well that's really going to clear the air. So, whatever was a little bit uncertain, or whatever you felt was, you were not able to get a handle of, whatever you felt was being shattered, or just constantly in flux, constantly navigating a negative sort of space is what I would say there. I feel like that is all, it's moving. That cycle is changing. That cycle is moving. And I'll show you the other cards that define that and show me why that is the case. But there's also a period here when I see the Tower next to, again, it's a little further out with the star. There is also something that comes in here that speaks to a certain period of enlightenment and clarity, really seeing things for what they are. It's almost like something opens up and there's a new opportunity. There's a fresh start. There's something here that you are transcending. You need to keep the faith a little bit longer, because this Tower is bringing in something that is going to completely heal some kind of, generational teardown, like something that has been extremely difficult for you to get a handle on, that's in around your happiness, is now clearing the way. There is something here that is allowing things to restart. And it is going to be some kind of a communication that comes through with that ace, because it's a new potential, it's a promise, it's something in the early stages. And again, because that as the Ace of Swords, again, it's getting clear. It's really getting a clear picture of what needs to be changed, or what is going to be changing. So this is a new idea. And we also have the Emperor. I wasn't going to do that, pull that over till later, but we also have the Emperor here. So again, even with the Emperor and that Tower energy, I mean, that's something that is completely, empowering. There's self-discipline, there's control. This is chaos. How is it that we have chaos and complete structure at the same time? And it's not the only card that indicates structure. We have structure, we have family, we have base, we have happiness, we have wish fulfillment. All of these things seem to be coming through here. There is a breaking away of old belief systems. There is a breaking away of things that sort of held you back. And now you're in a space where you're getting a clear picture of the journey ahead. You have a better sense of yourself and of what it is that's going to be changing. It's something is coming through that's communicated. Like I said, maybe it's a message that you didn't expect to hear, or just period, you're hearing something that is going to allow you to, get rid of old unworkable solutions, or things that you have been struggling with. And I say struggling because we've got the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles, again, is a card of not able to handle, you're handling your world, but it's more in line with just going with the flow, ups, down, up, down, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of ineffectual energy being put out because you're always trying to sort of save the day, or always trying to resolve a problem, or something that you had to be flexible with to be able to make something else happen, that kind of thing. It can't even be with resolving misunderstandings or whatever, but and this could be involving Nereis as well. But there's something here that really speaks to something. It's a bit of a breakthrough of some sort. And again, I feel like this is catching you off guard. It's a surprise. That's what the Tower is. It's a surprise. The cards that are coming out here that have the most impact in this reading are the Emperor. That is a major arcana. The Tower. That is a major arcana. The Star, that is a major arcana. We also have the World card, that is a major arcana, and of course that was coupled with the Emperor. So it's like something has ended, and you are now sitting in a position where things are more in control. The whole world is sort of opening up in a way that is allowing you to feel like you have more control in whatever this event is that's coming through for you. But again, there's some kind of big shakeup, something that's going to come in and surprise you entirely in this next short while. And again, it's whenever you're finding this read. But there's something here that is empowering. This is a card of self-actualization as well. There's something here that is, with the Ace of Swords, that's also giving you some kind of, could be legality, but I don't really see it that way unless I see a few other cards here. But to me, either way, it just feels like there's something really empowering. You're clear on how things are going forward now, and there's just, the world just seems like it's opening up here for you in some way. So again, for some of you, this could be but whatever it is bringing you wish fulfillment here with it, with the Nine of Cups. So you've accomplished something, and I don't feel like you would have seen it coming necessarily, but the accomplishment is something that is, it's come at quite a cost, because there's a surprising energy here with the Nine of Swords. And again, there's so many nines here. The Nine of Swords, the Nine of Cups, moving to the Ten of Cups, that's further over. And so this is consecutive cards of happiness and really understanding. You've really achieved something here, is what I would say, in this next short little while. I feel like you are really feeling like you've got a handle on something. You're bringing something to a conclusion. The World card is a conclusive card. There's one last thing to come in, but you're in the energy of it already because of the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Cups, and then of course the Ten of Cups that was following further out here. So, and again, they are consecutive cards. So there is definitely something that you are at the final conclusion of. So you're about to receive fulfillment, attainment. And this is a new level. This is a new level of fulfillment. This is also that area of your heart space where you just feel like you're a lot more, it's going to open you up, because I think there's been some very closed off energy, especially when I'm taking a look at the Nine of Swords there. There's been energy around, not feeling like anything was going to be working out. Everything was going to be a challenge. Everything was going to be difficult. But you're out of that. You're moving out of that space, and that insecurity, all of that seems to be, moving out. And again, you've got three nines here in this reading. The Nine of Swords, like I said, the Nine of Cups, conclusive cards here, or actually it was just the two nines, but still, either way, I mean, it's been a hard battle to reach this level of happiness, this level of attainment, and it's emotional. There's pleasure, there's fulfillment. You're feeling like you actually have some kind of abundance coming in for you. So you're getting what you want. This is something you can be proud of. This is something that is, again, wish fulfillment. Something you wanted to happen is allowing you to leave some of those problems behind. This is a reward for yourself. And I feel like it's a disciplined sort of reward. I feel like that is how you will be going forward in this next phase of your life. There's a lot of emotional satisfaction. Like I said, you can trust your luck because we have the World card. And it just feels like there's something else here that is going to give you a new, stronger foundation than you had before, because it's more permanent energy. It's something that is not fleeting. It's something that you can really hang on to, and finally feel safe and protected. So whatever this is, there's a certain level of harmony, like I said, that comes through with this. So overall, it's a vast improvement, even in terms of your overall peace, even in terms of your overall well-being, emotionally, and even spiritually. I feel like, again, there's this level of an epiphany that's coming through here. I'll pull those cards forward, but it's the Page of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Star. Um, but there's also, I'll go back to these two here in a minute. But again, when we're looking at uh, the Page of Pentacles with the Tower, the other cards that I haven't pulled through was, this is going to be allowing you to rest. You will finally get the rest that you're looking for here. And this is with the Four of Swords, stability. Four of Wands, stability. Emperor, stability. This is strong foundational energy. And again, even with that Four of Swords, this is something about stability that is solid, that you can hang on to, that you can build on. It's practical attainment in around your home front, in around family, seems to be extremely relevant. But like I said, the Four of Wands is just that energy of everything is working out. And I don't think you saw that coming. Everything is working out in some form or another here, but there is a powerful kind of vibration that goes between the Four of Wands as well as that world energy that's going to allow you to really relax. Take time to heal yourself. Take time to do something for yourself. There is new possibility, new opportunity that comes with this, and it's a large scale sort of foundational energy. So there's a lot here that you can that you can actually really connect with. And I think even on the in terms of friends and family being around, there's a lot of those kinds of that energy that's coming through here. There's also something about uh, it's mostly that it's extreme happiness, even though I'm not seeing tremendous amounts of money. But overall, something is coming in that is going to completely take you off guard. And again, it is definitely in around a conclusion that has been drawn out here. So something, again, with the World card really speaks to you have successfully closed a chapter, you've done the lessons, you've learned the lessons. There's nothing here that you have to, I mean, you may be repeating something, but it's not going to be, you're going to see it a mile away. If there's a lesson that's attached to it, you'll steer your way through it, because this, again, the World card is that self-actualization card, and it is also a time for you to rest now that this has come through. So again, that world energy is all about integrating everything, all the lessons you've learned. This is a soon to be achieved goal. You are almost at this place of completion. You're really just sitting at 2 of the 9s, but it's already moved into the 10s, so you're just at the precipice. So this is what I'm saying, is there's some kind of huge triumph that's coming in here in this next short while for whenever you find this. There is extreme accomplishment, and it just feels like there could very well be a lot of wealth that's attached to this. But wherever it is, it's coming through from some kind of surprising event that kind of threw things off that was unexpected. And I feel like the World card with all of this, all of these fours, is the cycle has ended, and it's really as good as this could get. The Two of Pentacles previous to that was success also through diversifying any kind of financial interests or opportunities, anything that you feel you can do with this new foundation. But there's just a lot of hope and a lot of success, a lot of connection here in this next short while. So when we look at the Ten of Cups, again, this can be whatever relationships are to you or whatever you consider family, but it's definitely strong, strong, strong feelings of emotional, like just emotional harmony and all of that. And it's really enduring success as well. Okay, so we're going to go into it a little bit differently now. I will also speak to some of the other cards here on the side, but let's just start with, that was just kind of the general bit of it here. We'll go back to what's actually the beginning cards here. So we've got the Two of Pentacles and we've got the Tower. So the Tower card, as I said, is some kind of surprise event that's coming in here. And it may have caused a little bit of chaos or surprise, as in, oh my God, you know, there's something here that kind of created, it was kind of communicated to you, I would say, here in this last little bit. I'm going to pull these cards away so it doesn't confuse the story here. But it was communicated to you probably quite recently, or will be if it hasn't already come through, with that Ace of Swords energy. So again, there's something here that speaks to communication around a difficult situation that was kind of that's created a surprise event where you were, struggling with a lot of things, a lot of ups and downs, highs, lows, that kind of thing, emotionally highs and lows as well. But I also feel like this is telling you that there is something here that is developing in around your happiness that's going to make you feel like you can actually move forward in the long term with a new approach, a new opportunity. Again, there's something here in that's transformative because of this Tower card. And you have so many cards of optimism in the face of this change that you're going to be able to grow on this particular path. So the other part of it here, again below, is the Nine of Cups as well as the Ace of Swords. So this is really cards telling you, and again, there's so many nines and cards of 10, as well as the Tower coming through, that I just feel like the balance is undeniable. Like you have so much that you can really hang on to with this change that's been abrupt. But either way, all the cards are quite significant here. So I'm just going to say, with the Tower card, of course, that's a 7. It's kind of a magical number of sorts. Things very spiritual, that may have been Spirit trying to give you a little bit of a message here as well. That if you were in this space here, which appears to be quite a negative one, there's something of hope that you can actually hang on to here, because this is very significant energy. So the Nine of Swords, like I said, you've been worrying about something. There's been a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, maybe sleepless nights attributed to this, whatever. But either way, there's action, there's more clarity, and there's the consequence of this Tower, which is unfolding in such a way that you're now going to be able to look at your situation with a more positive action, because you've overcome something here. The other part of this is, because of the Nine of Cups and that Nine of Swords, it's just a reminder that happiness comes with, some negatives. It comes with challenges. It comes with its fair share of negative emotions, possibly as well. And I say that because not everybody has to go through extreme emotions. It could be just extreme events, but we're usually attached to the things that, the events that are around us. But either way, it's an energy of approaching things with more insight and understanding, because you've got greater emotional awareness, and that's balancing you out here, from all these highs and lows previous to that. So the other part of it here is, again, because we've got several nines, and again, moving into the tens here as well, several nines here do, with, of course, the Nine of Swords. I mean, we all know that's more of a drama-filled, conflict-driven environment, as a lot of other, as it speaks to the other cards here next to it, it's been around your emotions. So it's been it's impacted your happiness either way. But we are moving into the 10, like I said. So I feel like you are in a place right now when there's two nines. I thought I saw another 9, but I guess I was wrong there. So when there's two nines in this is really telling you that you're at the right place at the right time. So something is about to change, and everything is happening as it's supposed to be. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to change anything. It's almost like you're worrying about something not happening, something not coming, something not moving in a specific direction. But either way, this is where you're getting the opportunities because you were meant to have them. So we are now looking at, again, even when we head over here to the Ten of Cups next to the Ace of Swords. And again, they were all pretty close together. That card of emotional fulfillment. The ultimate goal of your happiness is right there at the forefront. This is where you can connect to home. You can connect to better in your relationships. You can connect better with yourself. This is all of that, wrapped up together. So it really does represent a really unique opportunity that's coming in for you. And it's not only just that, it's self-discovery. It's so many things. When we get to, we have the, I didn't read these ones yet, so maybe I'll pull them forward. But we do have the Star card. Again, that's also known to be a very healing card. We also have the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So in this particular combination, I would say that you're being encouraged to have more positive thoughts. So if you have not been thinking in that way, which I would say is probably what the case has been, I feel like you're, the universe is trying, spirit's trying to give you an idea here. Trust in things a little bit longer. Trust in us because you're being encouraged to be aware of your thoughts at this time, because that's going to be something that's going to be a part of, you need to get a handle of those things. Get a handle on those things is what I would say. You have increased awareness at this time, so there's a lot of new ideas that might be coming in as well. But there's also something here that speaks to a lot of truth coming out. There's a lot of knowledge, new approaches, that kind of thing that you're able to actually act on because you actually have the forethought. You do have the intellectual wisdom to be able to grow it, to transform something, deepen your understanding of what's going on. There's a lot of new things that are coming in here for you in this next short little bit. And you're almost there because of the nines. And again, the trace energy just further out was the 10. The other part of it is too, I mean, when you're looking at, I did pull a few other cards here too that, well, okay, I'll just stay with where I am. I tend to bounce around a bit. But again, the Star card in itself is something that speaks to renewal and healing. So you're much more optimistic. You believe in that you're on the right track. Something is coming through to show you, believe that the promise is there. There is good fortune that's coming in for whoever this is reaching out to. You have your highest potential inches away from you. This is something that you can, once you see it, you'll be able to improve it. Once you invest in it, you'll be able to grow it. It's, it speaks to doing, possibly even making a lot of, this could be writing energy. This could also be energy around things paying off for you through the written form. But it also speaks to just a lot of when you wish upon a dream, you're getting it at this time. The cards are incredibly powerful in this little bit here. The other cards, like I said, so many cards around balance because we had the Four of Swords and we also have the Four of Wands. So Four of Swords, Four of Wands definitely speaks to there being, it's a really great combination because you're able to really pull back, really, really relax, that kind of thing. This is about self-care. This is about doing things that really help you to unplug, go into nature, all of that stuff there as well. But it's also about just recharging with connections, anything, however that speaks to you. You've reached some kind of milestone here. And again, whatever you've done, each of you is going to speak to you a little differently, but you've done something that is really going to be bringing about huge changes for you. So I'm just going to say celebrate these successes, recharge, reconnect, all of that. And the final cards out here were the Five of Michael and the Star. So the situation doesn't serve you. So if you were thinking in a negative way, which I think was kind of something that was coming in there, sort of a hopelessness or however, the situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome. Consider taking a more uplifting approach, because what's followed by that again is the Star. A dream comes true. Believe in yourself. This is the end of a difficult situation. So again, the card of the Star speaks to amazing things coming in for you. And all I can tell you is this is something that is only going to resonate for whoever it resonates for, maybe not all of you, but it definitely does speak to an element of success. It definitely speaks to feeling much more inspired to make those plans. It's definitely feeling renewed in some way, like you're back on purpose. There's a lot more enthusiasm. There's a lot more confidence coming through here. And whatever the difficulties were, that's about to fade because you're into an incredibly life-altering new space. And again, I don't think these cards could come out any differently. Every single one of them really play off the other. There is nothing but security that's coming through here, and stability, healing, emotional fulfillment, And most importantly, there is a wish that you've made that is at your doorstep. You're almost there. Keep going, Libra.